Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. If you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be taking a look at a rare timepiece from Audemars Piguet. This is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Chronograph, but this one nicknamed the Leo Messi, basically named after who is essentially the prime, the best, or the most well-known at the very least soccer player, or in other words football player, not American football, but you know, South American and Spanish football player, one of the best athletes probably in the world, still living at the moment, at least as of the making of this video. The reference number for this one, 26325TS.OO.D005CR.01. Quite a mouthful for that name, but we'll be going over all the details here. The case, the dial, the crown, functions as well as the chronograph pushers, the bezel, the movement, and the strap here, and I'll be giving my thoughts on these throughout this video. So, as is pretty standard among Royal Oaks, it's 41 millimeters in case size from finger to thumb. That's the 2 to 8 o'clock position, same as what you get from the 10 to 4 o'clock position, minus the pushers, of course. You have a 10.95 millimeter thickness, so it will slide quite nicely under a suit cuff, water resistant to only 50 meters, but that's all you really need. It's not really made for deep diving. The composition here for the casing is steel, but the bezel itself, let me see, I have it written down in my notes here. The bezel is tantalum, whatever that happens to be, with a brushed anthracite dial. So if you take a look here at the casing, the case itself, solid stainless steel satin brush finish with the high polish, of course, along the sort of beveled flanks there, sort of denoting the obvious Royal Oak look there. But sitting on the very front, you have a slightly darker bezel, and that is the tantalum there, basically sort of becoming that gradient sort of between the casing and the dial, sort of slightly darker than the case, diffusing the light very nicely. Satin brush finishing on the front, of course, with a very nice, almost a high polished finish, but still nonetheless absolutely beautiful finish on that bezel. 3 or 2 bevels to it. Obviously the hexagonal screws on there, all concentrically placed, as you would typically find on a Royal Oak, but the dial itself quite special because it doesn't have the Grand or Mega or even Mini Tapisserie dial. This is just an anthracite dial, just a flat dial, something that you don't see on Audemars Piguet watches, and with the 18 karat white gold index markers applied there with luminescence, by the way. Let me turn the lights out so you can see them. Basically makes it a very, very incredibly rare watch, just even by itself. You don't even need to say that it's limited to 500 to know that this is incredibly rare from AP themselves. All right, so you have that luminescence basically illuminating the Royal Oak hands as well as the index hour marks. You have the subdials in their own little placements there. Small seconds at the 6 o'clock, 30-minute chronograph dial for the 3 o'clock, and 12 hours at the 9 o'clock. You also have a date aperture at the 4:30 position, all part of that nice movement. That's been basically in Royal Oak chronographs for who knows how long, a very long time. If you take a look at the texture here for the dial, it is a satin brush finished dial with white gold applied hour markers, as I mentioned earlier. And basically that's pretty much all you get, but that's all you really need for quite a limited edition model. This one of 500, obviously numbered on the back at the top with the serial number at the bottom, and the case back here, quite special in its own. It does have the limited edition print on there with the Royal Oak full sandblasted finish with the high polish there, and the name, Leo Messi, for whom this watch has been attributed. All right, so taking a look here at the functionality for this watch, we have the winding crown at the 3 o'clock position. Base position, after unwinding it, allows you to wind the watch. So at a dead stop, Takes about 20 or 30 full winds to get to the full power reserve. Rather simple there. Pull the crown out to the next position. This allows you to advance the date forward. It's about a half turn. Somewhere between a quarter and a half turn, maybe like a third of a turn to advance the date by 1. So you can see it moving forward. You still have that sort of anthracite coloration in the back of that date disc with its own white font there for the numerics. And if you need to advance it by 1, you can do so rather simply. Pull the crown out to the final position. Note that that small seconds does continue to move, but it is a small seconds dial. It's there if you absolutely need it, but not the most important part of the Royal Oak chronograph. So you can basically set the minute hand to wherever you want. If you want to do it more precisely, you can, and press the crown back in. Now, this is an older movement, so the minute hand will tend to jump. So just if you have this in your possession, you will get used to exactly where you need to place it. Be sure to screw the crown back in tightly to maintain that water resistance. Now, the chronograph functions here require a unscrewing of both the chronograph hands if you want to use it entirely. It's currently stopped, so let's start it up right now. You have that center mounted chronograph hand, so you can basically use this as your large center seconds hand if you so desire. It won't wear down the movement at all. It looks absolutely beautiful as it sweeps across, and watching it move past 12, you can see that it ticks up that 30-minute timer. You press it again to stop it and press the bottom pusher to reset it, as well as the sub dials there. And be sure to also screw in the pushers if you're not going to use them, so that it basically maintains the water resistance. It's good added security, actually. So a very good detail from Audemars Piguet. I wish they had this on all of their watches, even the offshores, because you don't want to accidentally press it, actuate it, and potentially let water in if you're underwater. But anyway, this is not a water wash. So what makes all of this work on the inside? Let me check my notes here. Yes, it is the 2385. Again, you can't see it through the case back, but you do have that special solid steel case back with the Leo Messi name there. The 2385 on the inside features a chronograph, hours, minutes, and small seconds with the date, with the quick setting. The number of parts, 304, 37 of them being jewels. It beats at a frequency of 3 Hertz or 21,600 vibrations per hour, 26.2 millimeters, so it does not fill in the entire space here, and that's why the date is brought in just a tiny bit. The date wheel is literally at the very edge of the movement there. Not that that's a huge issue. It's a very signature placement, and I believe a very good placement when it comes to the overall, the clear space around the date aperture there. Very comfortable and quite pleasing to look at. The power reserve for this watch, about 40 hours, so you can basically wear this all day, no need to wind it. You can set it down for 1 day, maybe a day and a half, no need to wind it, but after about 2 days, you will need to pick it up, give it a good wind, but you're good to go there. All right, and while I'm zoomed out here, you can also see that this does have a specific strap here, what they call a hand-stitched large square scale anthracite alligator strap, also with the stainless steel AP folding clasps. So basically a sign of the times, sort of a, not really the newest clasp here, but this is all high polished with the AP letter mark, with the word mark, letter form logo with the word mark on the clasp itself, all high polished there with a nice sandblasted finish on the inside. Very, very tiny, very minute. And here the large scale anthracite actually does fit in very beautifully with the overall color composition here for this watch. Sizing holes for preference, obviously you can just punch it through whichever hole works for you. And once again, I'll try it on my wrist, show you how it looks on a 7-inch wrist. Again, this watch is 41 millimeters in case size, so it is kind of big. It is big for me, so I'm even wearing this a little bit higher up on my wrist than I typically would. Let me move it down a little bit. There we go. So if I were to wear this, it's really big. You'll barely see any strap on there when you're looking straight on, but you know, the straps do flare out a little bit. They do add a little bit of breathability under the lugs here, so it feels very good when you wear it all day. Very good and dressy look. That's sort of the style that they're going for here, with a tiny little splash of the sporty goodness from the chronograph there. Lets people know that you're there for business and for fun all at the same time. Nicely dressed up sports watch from Audemars Piguet. Again, this one limited to only 500 pieces, so it's a very nice appearance for an AP watch, especially Royal Oak offshore chronograph or Royal Oak chronograph. Very distinct looking dial, and something that you will probably never see you know, just out in the wild somewhere. You're gonna have to know someone who has one of these, but we can certainly get one for you here at Jazz Time. This one is currently for sale, by the way, and absolutely beautiful. Feels very good on the wrist, and even though this is kind of like an older model, if you refer to the photos on our website, it is an older style box, but you can get it from us with basically a brand new stitching here on the strap. This is yeah, it looks like it has never been worn, so quite a rarity for a pre-owned watch, but that's just how things go sometimes. Anyway, enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this Royal Oak chronograph from Audemars Piguet. Again, the reference number for this one, 26325TS.OO.D005CR.01. Let us know what you think about it. Do you think this one is worthy of the nickname for Leo Messi, probably the best football player in existence? Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, new, used, discontinued, we can get it for you here at Jazz Time. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jazz Time, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.